Order. Gareth Hughes.
Kia ora, Mr Speaker. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou kia ora. Now, we all know National loves outsourcing. Outsourcing public servants, outsourcing how we pay teachers, outsourcing mental health services, prisons, conservation, state houses, schooling, child, youth and family services, and of course their dirty politics. Now, Mr Speaker, are they also now outsourcing their political attacks on the Green Party's environmental credentials? This past weekend, National's man in Epsom, David Seymour, said he cared more about the environment than the Green Party. Now, the credibility of this argument has as much substance to it as ACT's denialist climate policy, which disappeared from the website 4 hours before the speech. Now, National knows they can't attack the Greens on the environment because they'd get laughed out of the room. National is the party that gives grand speeches on climate change at the same time as subsidising fossil fuels and promoting coal mining. National is the party that promotes glossy 100% pure posters, while at the same time their aspiration for our polluted rivers is wadeability, not even swimmability. Now, what's really at stake here? It's the ancient kauri forests of Northland, the rugged beaches in Raglan, the golden tussocks of the Mackenzie country, the primeval wetlands of the West Coast. New Zealanders have an emotional, historical and a deep spiritual relationship with our natural environment, or what the government calls a brand. We're seeing these places, which define us in the world, be flogged off, degraded, carved up. It's happening in front of us in broad daylight through conscious decisions, government policies and laws passed in this House. Our Maui's dolphins are going extinct for fish and chips. Volunteers have had to don hazmat suits to pick up oil blobs from Bay of Plenty beaches. Our kids risk getting sick when they swim in our rivers. It's a tragedy and it's a disgrace. Our Maui's, our beaches and our rivers, they can't speak for themselves, lobby or donate political funds. If they could, maybe they'd get a hearing from this government. Now, it's easy to grandstand at Alan Gibbs's sculpture farm and say how much you love the environment, but where were you when it really mattered? We were there with hundreds of thousands of Kiwis making history saving Lake Marapuri. We were there on the West Coast stopping the destruction of our ancient forests. We were there marching on the front lines to protect our conservation estate from mining. Where was National? They were there, but on the losing side of each of those arguments. On every step forward, National has had to be dragged, kicking and screaming. Then when they think no one is looking, they try and take us 2 steps backwards. The Green Party has always been a champion for the environment because it's right, not just because it polls well. We always have, we always will. For 40 years, alongside countless individuals and community groups, we've championed protecting the environment. And we will not be lectured by those with dismal track records on the environment. We, however, will work with them constructively to try and improve things. From working with Labor, we established the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Authority. Working with National, we insulated 235,000 homes. We successfully achieved the construction of a national cycleway, and now, after years of green campaigning, we're finally seeing the missing critical link of Auckland's rail infrastructure, the CBD rail loop, started. We've saved wetlands, we've cleaned up toxic mine sites, we've achieved a ban on shark finning and saw our campaign to create the world's largest marine reserve around the Kermit come to fruition. The fact is, though, the work isn't over and the issues are more pressing than ever. In government, we will work with farmers to protect our lakes and rivers. We will scrap the dysfunctional ETS and drive a cleaner economy and give Kiwi businesses and Kiwi families a tax cut through our climate tax cut. We'll cut the subsidies for oil drilling and we'll drive a cleaner economy moving towards 100% renewables and making sure Kiwis get a fair deal from producing their own solar power. Mr Speaker, we know a great responsibility has been entrusted to us by the people of New Zealand to stand up and be a champion and protector of the environment. While other parties go off and play politics and outsource responsibility, we'll continue to earn the trust of New Zealanders and focus on what's important, protecting the places that we all love.